As an investor, do you want to know how you can avoid a total eclipse of the brain? Stick around, and I'll tell you how.
You can never cross the ocean unless you have the courage to lose sight of the shore.
On February 29th, Leap Day, 1504, Christopher Columbus, tough crowd, used a lunar eclipse to manipulate Jamaican natives into providing supplies. During his fourth and final voyage to the New World between 1502 and 1504, Christopher Columbus and his crew found themselves stranded on the northern coast of Jamaica after their ships became too damaged to continue. Initially, the indigenous Taino people provided them with food and supplies, but after many months, tensions grew as Columbus's men began stealing from and mistreating the locals. Faced with starvation and desperation, Columbus devised a plan to regain the favor of the Taino by using his knowledge of astronomy. Consulting an almanac, Columbus learned that a lunar eclipse was expected on the night of February 29th, 1504. So he called a meeting with the Taino leaders, and with theatrical flair, warned them that his Christian God was angry at their refusal to continue helping the Spaniards. He claimed the moon would soon disappear and turn red as a sign of divine wrath. Whoa. Well, the frightened Taino believed Columbus had supernatural powers when the eclipse occurred, just as predicted. They begged for mercy and quickly resumed providing supplies. To maintain the illusion, Columbus timed the reappearance of the moon by pretending to pray and announcing that his God had forgiven them. This clever manipulation allowed Columbus and his crew to survive until they were rescued months later. What a guy. The incident remains one of history's most famous examples of using scientific knowledge to control a situation. Here then are 5 investment lessons for the modern investor from Columbus's use or misuse of the lunar eclipse.
First lesson.
Number 1, knowledge is limited power. Columbus succeeded because he had better information than the people around him. Similarly, in investing, those who stay informed and tune out the noise can gain an advantage. Understanding macroeconomics and basic investing, that can help you make smarter decisions. However, it's more important to understand the biases and shortcuts our brain uses every single day. Columbus, who thought literally until the end of his life that he was near Japan while in the West Indies, was a striking example of confirmation bias, anchoring bias, and other flawed thinking patterns. Wherever you go and whatever you explore, think about how you think before using any knowledge that you've gained.
Second lesson.
Number 2, timing matters. Columbus used precise timing to maximize his influence over the Taino people. In investing, knowing when to buy and sell or hold is also crucial. For instance, avoiding panic selling can mitigate risks and maximize gains if you follow the first lesson and know how your brain does or doesn't react to the stress of a market downturn.
Third lesson.
Number 3, leverage your existing resources. Columbus didn't create the eclipse. He simply used existing astronomical knowledge to his advantage. And investors, they should also take a similar approach by leveraging available tools like data analytics, expert insights, rather than trying to predict the market blindly. That is a voyage that more often than not ends up going nowhere.
Fourth lesson.
Number 4, confidence and narrative matter. Columbus's authority came from how he framed the story, not just the event itself. Confidence and conviction backed by solid research are essential for good investing. Investors who stick to a clear strategy rather than reacting emotionally to market fluctuations tend to perform better over time. So know your story. And if you don't, find someone like me to help co-author it.
Fifth lesson.
Number 5, survival often counts on understanding the cycles. Just as Columbus anticipated the lunar cycle to time his actions perfectly, Savvy investors recognize that markets move in cycles, booms, busts, recoveries, and expansions. Instead of fearing downturns, successful investors understand economic cycles, industry trends, and seasonal fluctuations, that they happen all the time. This should give a sense of calm during rough seas and keep you from reacting emotionally to stormy markets. Otherwise, could be you who ends up begging for mercy.
By prevailing over all obstacles and distractions, one may unfailingly arrive at his chosen goal or destination.
Hey, do you find that your brain sometimes eclipses your ability to make good decisions? I'd love to hear about your examples in the comments below. This episode of the History Lessons podcast is sponsored by Victory Independent Planning. Hey, are you ready to take the stress out of your retirement? At Victory Independent Planning, we put you on the right trajectory with our exclusive VIP retirement glide path. Our smart approach prepares you for what's next by optimizing your sources of savings and income, your medical and healthcare planning, your advanced estate and giving strategies, risk management and investing, and tax planning. Let us help you glide into retirement with confidence. Text Glide Path to 239-567-5477. That's Glide Path, all one word, small letter G, to 239-567-5477, and receive a link to schedule a complimentary consultation. Do it today to start your journey on the VIP retirement glide path, because your future deserves a safe landing.